5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When they announced that the State Fair of Texas would not be happening this year, you heard a big gasp. Where are we going to get our corny dogs? Where are we going to get our funnel cake fix? A man with an out-of-the-box solution is next on the Jeff Crilley Show.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Welcome to my show. As everyone knows, they are not holding the State Fair of Texas this year because of COVID-19, but a man with an out-of-the-box solution has come to the rescue for everybody who needs to get that fix of their funnel cake. Josh Zamansky joins us from Minnesota right now. He is with State Fair to Go. Josh, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Well, I used to live in Minnesota, and so a shout out to all the good folks in Minnesota. I got to brag on you because I think your out-of-the-box solution is absolutely brilliant. Will you share with my viewers what you created?
Yeah. So in Minnesota, we have a State Fair to Go box with 6 popular items from our State Fair up here. For the Texas market, we have a similar box with 6 really popular items from the State Fair of Texas. We have Fernie's funnel cake. We have corn dogs from the Dock restaurant. We have fried Oreos, fried okra, and a turkey leg. And I feel like I'm forgetting one.
No, that's what. Well, I have to hear your story because you were in kind of the food delivery business before this, right?
I was. I've been in food marketing and food distribution for about 10 years. I have a company in Minneapolis called Dining Delivered, and it's a B2B catering company.
And so you're sitting there watching the news, and you're hearing about the Minnesota State Fair, and you said to yourself, wait a minute, I've got an idea?
Yeah, I've been interested in the meal kit space for some time, and it's actually a good story. My sister called up when the State Fair of Minnesota was canceled and said, I think you should do a meal kit with fair items for Minnesota. Minnesotans can't go to the fair. And that's kind of how the concept got going.
Well, we've got some pictures that we're going to share with the viewers while you're talking. So I've got to believe that, coming up with the idea is one thing, but getting it to market is another. Were there any challenges that you faced along the way?
Like every new business venture, the challenges come in ways that you wouldn't anticipate. But we got it done in Minnesota, and we took what we learned, made some refinements, and we're making it better as we come down to Texas.
Well, and I have to tell the viewers that the 2 most prestigious state fairs in the country are Texas and Minnesota. They both enjoy huge followings, millions of customers each year. What are your plans for the future? Are you looking to expand to other states?
We have already been contacted by some of the other big fairs around the country. So Minnesota was first. It went really well. I'm hoping that Texas goes similarly well, and there are 48 other states with state fairs after that.
So tell me about the challenges. I know you've been in food delivery for a while. With State Fair food, it's fried. Is there any issues with delivery and keeping it fresh and it not getting soggy by the time it gets to the customer's door?
In Minnesota, we had 5 items that were freezer stable, I'll call them. And we had 1 item, corn, that was not. In Minnesota, we had to design a box that had both a thermal insulation container and then a layer on top of it that was a different temperature. In Texas, we learned our lesson, and in Texas, everything in this box is coming inside a thermal insulation enclosure.
What's been the reaction so far? I mean, when you launched it in Minnesota, was it wildly successful?
We sold out of our initial production in 24 hours.
That's amazing.
And we sold out every bit of production we could get after that. So it sold like wildfire, and it was a lot of fun. The people who got it love it, and they thanked us for giving them a fair experience during a year when they couldn't have it otherwise. It's been a lot of fun to sell this product. It makes people really happy.
Oh yeah, and I've got to tell you that just nostalgia when you talk about Texans, everything's bigger in Texas, and you have families who have been enjoying State Fair food for generations in Texas. And if it's wildly successful in Minnesota, I know Texans are very competitive, and they're going to try and outsell Minnesota.
Well, for me, I hope you win.
I think we need to stoke this rivalry. So when you decided to take on Texas, any challenges or what was the process like for you?
Texas is a market that I don't know as much about, so I had to forge kind of connections from the ground. That has been a fun challenge. It's been fun to make these relationships. But in Minnesota, I had a broader network to work with and to work through. In Texas, I've had to create that from the ground.
Well, I want to give a shout out to a mutual friend, Christy Urpello, and I
Yes.
know you know her as well as I do. What has she been like to work with?
In one word, amazing. I met Christy through this endeavor, obviously, and I gotta say I love the lady. Her family is fair royalty from Dallas, and she brought me under her wing and helped me navigate the fair market down there in a way that I really could not have done without her. So a huge shout out to Christy and her whole family.
Were there any, when you're choosing the food for the Texas box, kind of what went in, talk to me about when it went into that process. Were there foods that you were thinking about that you eliminated or foods that you added that you didn't know you were going to add?
We wanted to follow a similar format to what we did in Minnesota, where we took 6 most popular items and then found suppliers that we could partner with in a good way to get those products packaged, fulfilled, and sent to the customer. So we followed a similar format. We picked 6 really popular foods and found fair concessionaires who sold them and partnered with them.
Wow. Well, Josh, we're almost out of time. So any final thoughts? People can go to your website and order this now, or when can they order?
Yeah, go to statefairtogo.com and you can order now. Our initial orders are coming in strong, and orders placed now should be fulfilled in mid-October. But we hope to sell out. We're going to do 25,000 units for Texas, and I hope we sell out as quickly as we did in Minnesota.
I hope you do as well. So we'll put the website up to end our segment. Statefairtogo.com is the website. Josh Zamansky, thank you so much for being on the show. You've been an amazing guest.
Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure.
You bet. And that's it for now. We'll see you next time.
Bye.